Okay, so I'm really not gonna go into like intimate details about my intimacy with my husband, but I will say that it's just as God intended it to be. It's just as He intended it to be. Like if you could think of whatever that speaks to you and means to you, it's just as God intended it to be. And I say this as an encouragement to men and women who are waiting, who are discouraged and waiting, who are thinking about waiting, and they're like, oh, I don't know. Because I feel like I hear this question, or like people say this a lot, like, oh, well, what if I wait and it's terrible? The thing that I feel like waiting did for me is it allowed me to pick better. Like, so I'll give an example. The man I married is very kind, he's very selfless, he's very generous, all those things. Like, if someone has good character, it's going to translate in every area of their life. But I think had I not been waiting, I would have put other things higher than me looking at his character. I probably would have been wrapped up in a lot of more physical and intimate things instead of actually assessing who he is. So if you're choosing a partner who is selfless, who's kind, who puts other people before themselves, who loves God, who loves the person that they're marrying, I don't see why it would be bad. Like, other than, like, other people have stuff that they need to work through. But even still, like, sex is something that can be worked through for the rest of your life. Like, that should never be a reason why we're like, oh, well, I don't want to wait. Because there are so many other things that are more important in a marriage than sex. Like, yes, it's a huge part of a marriage, but when someone's dying or on their deathbed in your family, or you get sick, the last thing you're going to be thinking about is one, to have sex. You need to have somebody who has character. So, but to answer your question, God designed this in a way for you to feel safe, for you to be able to relax and enjoy the gift that He's given you, to not have to worry about all these other factors, to just know, like, one, I think God blesses marriages. And so a part of Him blessing marriages is you get to reap the benefits of what comes with being married, because it's a blessed union. And so it just makes a difference. I don't want to go deep in detail, but just know, if you are on this journey and you're worried that, it won't be fine, or you're worried that, just maybe if you go out and do it the world's way, you'll reap the same benefit. In my opinion, and in my experience, it hasn't been. And I think that if God created sex, He obviously knows the way that it's been intended to be done. So